Good afternoon. My name is Persia. I'm the Director of Global Sales here at Aeras Aviation. I'm sitting here with one of my colleagues, Mark Healey, Director of Repairs Management based out of Cardiff. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Persia.
And Elias, how's it going?
All good, and you? Thank you for inviting me.
Co-founder of Sequence 7.
Exactly, yeah.
Your own company that you've established. So thank you for joining me. I know it was a last-minute arrangement, but
Good.
thought it would be a good opportunity for you to kind of promote Sequence 7, kind of give our audience a little bit of insight as to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've just recently entered the aviation sector, so all new territory. How are you finding it so far?
I would say so far so good. A lot of people showing interest in the platform, what we're doing, but obviously it takes time to adapt new technologies and so on. But yeah.
Do you want to give a little bit of an overview as to what Sequence 7 is and kind of how you've come to developing this particular product?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I started my career as a business analyst for Swiss Airlines within the Lufthansa Group.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came in, invited by Dimitrios for Aeras Aviation. I did basically a project where we, created a full dashboards overview picture, like BI, basically, system for Aeras Aviation. And from there, I kind of noticed that the aftermarket industry was kind of lacking insights and good way to digest information.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the idea came of creating Sequence 7. Long story short, what we do is we are aiming to be the number one platform for analytics in the aviation aftermarket industry.
Okay. So to keep it in simple terms, can you just explain what you're doing for Aeras? Because obviously we are one of your main customers.
Exactly, yeah.
You're the guinea pig, shall we say. We are your trial kind of customer to try and get things up and running.
Exactly, yeah.
What are you doing for us to optimize our reporting and internal processes?
So I would say basically before you guys were only working out of the ERP Quantum and exporting reports on Excel. Everyone was kind of working on their own thing. Reconciling data was kind of tedious, let's put it that way. So the goal now of Sequence 7 is to centralize all the data that you guys have from the ERP, from the accounting modules, even some small Excel sheets that are still lost here and there. We take all of it, we centralize it, and put it into the platform. And the goal of the platform is essentially to give you an overview of what's happening across your business, whether it's from the sales perspective, repairs, logistics, even management. And we're really trying to build it in a way that enables you guys to be able to plan ahead and not only react or firefight some issues here and there. And it gives you insight on, who are your best customers, what are your best parts performing in terms of repairs as well, the turnaround times of certain vendors, which enables you later on to, negotiate better deals because you have the data, you know how it works. Yeah. So many different things. But the whole point is really just to centralize everything, give an overview of what's happening, and
in kind of like a quick snapshot of each department. Basically,
exactly.
Gets to see. I could go in, look at sales, and see how many sales we've done today in 1 second.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's very quick. I know, Mark, you're using the platform on a daily
I've been
basis.
using it
so
quite a bit.
How are you finding it?
One stat I've been using for my meetings, I noticed that last year, 2025, we raised more repair orders than all the other years combined since Aeras was founded. So I've been using that to highlight the growth of the company, and it's been really good.
And it's a way to flag any of those shops that are not performing the best as well.
It definitely is. Yeah. Highlight some of those aged ROs, the ones that have needed CDRs and have been open what seems like forever and a day. Is putting them right at the front of my desk, and I can chase them up every week then. So,
would you say the Sequence 7 platform has been pretty much a part of your daily...
It is now becoming a part of our daily lives, yeah. I'm looking at repair spend figures, turnaround time data, like I said, the aged ROs, so it's just getting that a quick snapshot of that to make my day a lot easier.
Good. Yeah. And do you think that more and more companies should incorporate, especially, say, we're talking in the repair sector, repair shops should look to incorporate this sort
definitely. It'd be interesting to see how we can use that to communicate more effectively between ourselves and the repair shops, and then obviously communicate with your team on the sales side. So that'd be something I'd look to roll out in the future.
I know at the moment, obviously, we're using it more for internal like usage for our own departments. Are you also looking to develop the platform for external use, whereby our customers or our suppliers or the shops that we use can also log into the platform and see what's going on?
So we are in touch now with an MRO in Miami, which wants to customize the platform, as you mentioned, not only for internal use, but as well as external. So we are in the process of creating an external portal where client customers can log in and see, what's the status of their shipments, their orders, whether it might be from, simple PO or like a repair order. And so there is definitely development coming for the outside, not only inside use. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And I would say as well, so some companies, are using already some sort of dashboards, mostly on Power BI, or like might be Tableau and so on. I mean, if you recall at Aeras, that's what you guys were doing a bit at the beginning. But as you saw, it was kind of tedious to have to jump between every single dashboard. It's not really a live overview of what's happening. So that's what we're trying to solve with Sequence 7, and just make it
much more user-friendly as well.
Yeah.
And just more enjoyable. I feel like everything in the aviation industry is very old.
Yeah.
So even quantum, it looks like, something from when I was using the computer as a young child.
Yeah.
But it's what everyone uses. There's nothing really there, or there's nothing that's been implemented to use other than the quantum ERPs or whatever it may be. So with the help of Sequence 7, it kind of it's like a branch to whichever ERP system you're using.
Yeah, exactly.
And making it a little bit more
easy to use.
Yeah, more colourful.
Yeah, definitely.
More pleasing, yeah.
Could we get to a stage where we could get the Sequence 7 data on a handheld device, such as our phones, and then go into meetings with, I don't know, turnaround time data, for example, and present that to a repair shop there and then? And be like,
yeah. I mean, our engineer is working on it. We have already the mobile view available for a few modules, but we are definitely, working to optimize it even better. I think, not all of the modules are ready, but most of them are. So I think, for example, Demetrios is using it quite a lot for the management overview. So you can see employee performance and all of it direct on the mobile. So yeah.
Okay, so obviously, as we said at the start of this call, this is a new industry for you to be working in. Well, relatively new. Yeah. Aftermarket-wise, it's a new area of the industry. Your first MRO was the one back in London in October.
Yeah.
Did you find going to that conference very helpful in terms of networking for promoting Sequence 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, absolutely. I mean, at first I was kind of intimidated. You see all those big stands, big brands, and so on. So I would say the challenge was to get out there and start speaking to people. And once you get in that flow, things gets easier and a lot of interest. Then you reach out per email. You don't always get the answers, but a few customers came back to us, and now we are in the process of developing some elements. So I would say it's still an industry where you need to be here, you need to shake hands, you need to talk to people. That's just the way I see it, at least.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a great help. And
now you've done one, you're gonna be fine.
Exactly.
Easy.
This is your second MRO. I mean, this is the first Dubai MRO that you're attending, but as soon as you get the first one out of the way,
everything else just
you know what to expect.
falls in line.
Yeah. And you start seeing those familiar faces. And if you've already received a positive response in the platform, then that's already making the first step in the right direction.
Yeah, and when we went to the one in London, like I said, we were just getting started. The beta version was not even fully ready yet, and so on. So it's this year for us is going to be really the year to push and move forward. And to start the year with Dubai MRO is a good way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, I have to ask you, as Mark and I are not very tech savvy, and you come from a background of being a little bit more technical than us, I have to talk about AI. What are your thoughts on AI in general and how AI could be incorporated into aviation practices or aviation companies?
So I would say AI is definitely a big thing across every industry, but especially in aviation, there is a big potential to help processes go faster, to not remove the human aspect of it, but just to, for example, when it comes to compliance approval, you can do it like way faster with AI for repairs and maintenance, predictive, calculation sort of.
Okay.
That can definitely be a big help. I mean, there's so many applications that can be done. However, as you mentioned, the big system, the big guys are like still using sort of old ways of doing things. So the big challenge now is to make all this data and all this information, communicate together. Once we are able to solve this, I would say, then we can obviously apply all those different AI's tools to the industry. But yeah, the first step to get there is to centralize all that information, make it work together, and start training some models, some LLMs on these. Yeah. For example, with Sequence 7, we are like now building an LLM model that will have access to.
What is an LLM model?
So, well, that's just like the question for the engineer. This is language. Sorry, I don't even know I just like, this is basically, I would say, all the words, all the information, you train it, and the way you're doing it is by using an LLM model.
Okay.
This we have to cut the part.
Okay.
Just so I'm just giving you the information. I don't know exactly what it stands for, this LLM.
Yeah.
This is like why my engineer friend would be useful here. But yeah, it's just like it's a way to train the data. And to be able to do that, you need a lot of information. Information is available, we do have it, but we need to make it coherent.
And understand it,
use it in a
right?
better way, right?
Yeah.
Do you think every company now should be implementing some sort of AI into their business practices?
I think that if you don't, you're going to get crushed out by the big guys.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's because we don't realize that big companies are really moving forward this. They use for example, ChatGPT on a daily basis to improve basic processes. And you still have, maybe smaller companies that are like still using Excel sheets, to make all the reporting. And at some point, you're just going to lose the race. There's no other way around. So you got to be at least in the data analytics space. And once you are at that stage, you can move into the AI space. But yeah, there is such a big gap between companies and technology now.
Are you having to kind of keep up to date with all of this as well?
I mean, we do our best because obviously technologies are going out, but then there is a security aspect of it. So you need to make it bulletproof, sort of, especially in this industry when it comes to certification. I mean, you told me about this scandal, that company that was falsifying
Documents, yeah.
So
that won't be able to happen
exactly
with these.
Yeah.
That's why, everything needs to be bulletproof.
Yeah.
So yeah, technologies are going out, but it takes time to validate them and properly use them in the market. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I guess we've talked a lot about what Sequence 7 can do for us.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do to support you on that journey?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're just trying, like I said, to build the best analytics platform out there. So we are still looking for some early partners to give us feedback about it, but which KPIs are the most useful, which are not, simply. So yeah, I would say any company that is using some sort of data and want to take it to the next level, they can reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help out.
Good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Really appreciate your time, and hopefully you can join for another one in the future.